Hey everybody, welcome back to Hoffman Reproductions. I'm Ben Hoffman. Thank you for tuning in with us again this evening. Well, given the subject of our video, I thought it might be fun to actually present it out here in the woods by the light of a campfire, so that's what we're going to do this time around. Now, if you recall, a couple years back we did a similar video on Daniel Boone. It's the second most high views that I've had on a video, about 170,000 views, which isn't very many, but it's a lot for our little channel. And if you ever want something interesting to do, take a look at the comment section of that video. It's interesting to say the least. Some people loved the video, some people hated the video, some people thought it was hilarious, laughed it off, it infuriated some people, none of which I was really trying to do. I was just presenting the story. And that's what we're going to do this time around. I'm just going to present the story as I came across it, and this time it happens to involve Davy Crockett. So David Crockett, better known as Davy Crockett by today's the fame from the movies and various films that have taken place over the years, was the larger-than-life frontiersman adventurer, bear hunter, politician. And then his story became legend when he was involved at the Alamo and perished in the year 1836. So we're going to begin our story when he and some of his fellow companions were headed to Texas, and ultimately paths would lead them to the Alamo. So apparently Davy Crockett wrote this letter to his brother-in-law, and it was mailed to him some 6 months before his eventual fate and death were to take place at the Alamo. So I'm going to read the letter as I came across it. You can find it online. It's not hard to find. You can look it up. Just type in Davy Crockett Bigfoot and or Sasquatch, and you can find all the information out on it. But I just want to preface this by saying I'm just reading the story. That's all I'm doing. I'm not here to back it or deny it one way or the other. I'm just reading the story. I'll leave that up to you guys. So we'll begin by reading the letter where Davy Crockett allegedly sees a Bigfoot. In a letter addressed to Abner Bergen, Davy Crockett recounted the following tale. William and I were pushing through some thicket, clearing the way, when I sat down to mop my brow. I sat for a spell, watching as William made his good and fine progress. I removed my boots and sat with my rations, thinking the afternoon a fine time to lunch. As the birds whistled and chirped and I ate my small and meager ration, I tapped my axe upon the opposite end of a felled tree I rested upon. Whether it was the axe disturbance or possibly the heat of high sun which caused an apparition to slowly form in front of my eyes, I know not. As a Christian man, I swear to you, Abe, that what spirit came upon me was the shape and shade of a large ape man, the likeness which might be expected among the hostile Indian tribes of the territories. The shade formed into the most deformed and ugly countenance, covered in wild hair, with small, needling eyes, large broken rows of teeth the height of 3 foundlings. I spit upon the ground the bread I was eating. The monster then addressed a warning to me. Abner, it told me to return from Texas, to flee this fort and abandon this lost cause. When I began to question this, the creature spread upon the wind like a morning stream swirls off a frog pond. I swear to you, Abner, that whatever meat or sausage disagreed with me that afternoon, I forswore all beef and hog for the day or so afterwards. We all know what happened at the Alamo. Most Crockett scholars ignore this passage as a silly story to entertain a friend in a personal letter, though some Bigfoot scholars remain convinced that the creature reached out and tried to save the frontiersman the horrible fate that was soon to befall him. So there you have it. What do you think? You think it was just a tall tale? Davy Crockett was known to spread tall tales. I think he's quoted as saying, "I never told a lie in my life, but I was never afraid to stretch the truth a bit." However, the letter does seem very sincere. It's interesting that it was sent some 6 months before he met his fate at the Alamo, so that's interesting. But I don't know. Let me know in the comments. What do you think? Is there anything to this story? Is this just a frontier yarn? Nonetheless, interesting to reflect back upon from that time in our nation's history. All right, everybody. So thanks so much for tuning in, and I hope you enjoyed the video.